welcome to Old Ways Gardening and Prepping. My name is Teresa. I'd like to welcome you back out to the shed of many names on this very cool afternoon. And today I'm going to be making a cough syrup recipe that I absolutely love. And yes, it's all natural and it works wonders. Now, the basis for my cough syrup I got from another amazing herbalist, Rosemary Gladstar, who I absolutely love. Now, hers is a honey, garlic, onion cough syrup, and I just took mine up a few more notches. It's going to end up being honey, garlic, onions, lemon peel, orange peel, and a few more things. So, let me tell you that this works wonders. I speak from experience. It's not hard to make. It's absolutely all natural, and you can store it in your fridge and take a dose. A dose is about a tablespoon, anywhere from 2 to 3 times a day. Not only does it coat your throat, but it goes down into your system. It's all natural, high in vitamin C, all natural antibiotics, and many other wonderful, wonderful benefits. So first thing you're going to need, let me pause this so I can move the camera. Now you can do it on your stove top, on your wood stove, as long as you can keep it at a low temperature, because it's all natural honey, so you don't want it to boil. So I'm using one of these, and this is already heated up. One of those little bitty, supposed to be dip crock pots. That's not enough dip for my family, so I use it for medicinal purposes. So let's get busy. Okay, I want to start first with my dry ingredients. And what I'm going to do, this is dried orange peels that sit here for a little while and got a little moist, but that's fine. Just makes them cut up even better. Now, if you wanted to, you don't have to use dried. You can use fresh. Just make sure you get all that white pith off, or as much of it as you possibly can. And this will help with a massive dose of vitamin C as well. Now, if you don't want to do it in strips, you can do it smaller as well. This would be about the equivalent of one medium to small orange rind. Simple and easy. I love this cough medicine, and this is the only cough medicine that I use. And I've used it before when I've had bronchitis and pneumonia, and it worked wonders. Now I'm going to get my dried lemon peels out. And like I said, you want the equivalent. Now, if you wanted to, you can use fresh. But it's perfect. Oh, this smells so good. You're going to want about the equivalent of one lemon. Well, that piece is a little hard. And it's perfectly fine if it breaks up into small pieces. Because when you take your dose of medicine, whatever's in the spoon, you eat it. And I know it sounds weird, honey and lemon. Well, honey and lemons don't sound weird, but honey, garlic, and onions, let me tell you, is amazing. And of course, it's going to reconstitute in the honey, and oh, it's going to be great. And as you can tell, these babies are dry. Except you don't want to use your dried stock. Definitely use fresh. Okay, that should be plenty. Like I said, go around, make sure that your countertop is sanitized and clean. That way you can just scoop it up. Alright, we're going to move the camera back a little bit. We're going to take our top off of our little crock pot. Now, I know my honey looks weird. It froze solid on me. So I had to put it in very warm water to get it to melt. But that don't hurt this honey at all. This is all natural raw honey. Now I'm just for now going to put just enough to cover the bottom so I can get these peels in there and get them a-going. And I'm going to tell you, it smells good. See, that honey's going to stay warm. It's not going to boil. It's not going to simmer. It's going to stay at a really good temperature. Now, on back over here. And what we're going to do is cut up our onion. Now, depending on how much this little pot holds, it may be 1 onion, it may be 2 onions. Now, for your onion, you do not want a sweet onion. You want a yellow onion or a white onion, a good strong onion. Because you want that punch of the onion in your cough syrup. Now, you won't taste it as much, but it will blend in with the honey and everything else and release its medicinal benefits. Onions are extremely medicinal. What I do is cut it in half, then cut it in half again, and you want thin slices. Let me tell you, this is a good strong onion. Whew. And that is exactly what you want. The stronger the better. that might be just the right amount. Now, of course, it's going to cook down, too. As it heats up, it's going to cook down. That's going to be the perfect amount of onion. Put the little lid back on. Okay. Now I'm going to use 5 cloves of garlic. I might not get them all in right now, but I will get them in. Let me turn you on a little bit. Now y'all can see a little bit better. You want to make sure that you get the root end of your garlic off and get all of the peel. The white silver paper. You want to make sure you get all of that off as well. And look for any bad spots, and you're going to want to slice this very thin. And like I said, I absolutely love taking this medicine. It's cough syrup. Haven't been sick in a long time, knock on wood, and haven't needed it. But last time I was real bad sick, I had bronchitis, which always with me turns into pneumonia. And my ribs were hurting so bad from coughing, and I finally got up and made me a big batch of this, and I was fine. And see, any bad spots, I just cut them out. Because you don't need to throw that whole clove of garlic away just because of the bad spot. Cut it out. Everything will be fine. Now, if you have one of those little bitty mandolin slicers that slices extremely thin, and I'm not talking about the big ones, I'm talking about the little ones. You can use that as well to make paper thin slices. That onion peel off. Alright, next is a really good sized piece of ginger. There we go. I've just pre-peeled it, that's all. And what I'm going to do is slice it into really thin pieces. And once you start hitting that fiber, you're going to want to turn your piece of ginger around. And a lot of times I just julienne my ginger. Oh my gracious, that smells good. Big pieces thinking they're not going to go in. And of course, these will cook down, so don't you worry one bit. Okay. Let's go back over here where the little pot is so you can see. Get the onion peel, little piece of onion peel out. And we're going to add what we can. And like I said, as it starts to cook down, you can add even more. Now, what I like to add, just to give it just a little more oomph and healing ability, is a teaspoon of really good cinnamon. Because it's also medicinal as well. I'm going to pour just a little more honey in. Okay, that's all I'm going to try to get in at the moment. Because like I said, as this gets hot, it's not going to simmer or boil or anything, but it's going to get warm. And it's going to break down. Get back there. Alright, what I'm going to do right now is I'm going to put the lid on it. Let that heat up and break down some more. And I will bring you back as soon as I can put some more honey in it and show you exactly what to do. I'll see you here after a while. Okay, the cough syrup is starting to cook down very nicely. I'm not going to have to add any more honey to it. I ended up in the beginning of filling it about halfway full of honey. And that looks like it's going to be plenty. Now, if it cooks down some more, I'll bring you back if I add some more. But now, what you want to do is let this simmer along until everything becomes translucent. Once it becomes translucent, see-through, then it's done. But you want to stir it every once in a while. And I forgot to mention that my honey was a beautiful gift to me. It's local honey. You definitely want to use your local honey if possible. That way you get all the nutrients that's around your area. You want, if you get local honey, you want it within a 50-mile radius of where you live. And let me tell you, this smells good. It smells so good. Alright, try to make sure that everything stays under the honey. For now, it's going to be a little harder, but as everything starts to cook down, it will start going down. And won't be so hard to keep it submerged. Alright, I'm going to put the lid back on, and I'm going to let it keep cooking until everything is translucent. And I'll bring you back in case I have to add more honey. See you after a while. It is finally done. Now, some of the ingredients will not get translucent. That's perfectly fine. That's to be expected. But as long as they are all soft like butter. Some just continue to hold their shape. And like I said, as long as the onions are all translucent, most of the garlic is, but everything is soft as butter. Now, it is hot. I've been letting it cool for a while. It takes a while for this to cool down. What you're going to want is a pint jar and a funnel and a big spoon. And to try not to make much of a mess if possible. You want to save all of this, because this is part of the medicine. Oh, I'm going to tell you, it smells so good. It smells so very good. Oh, no you don't. And I absolutely love using these small crock pots. They work wonderful. Now, I will admit, it took right at almost 4 hours. But it never got to a simmer. It just gets to the point where it's real hot. And that way, your honey doesn't break down. And what you're going to do is very carefully pour it in there. Try to get all the bubbles out. And it looks like I'm going to have just a little bit more than a pint jar. But that's okay. I will take the rest of this as a dose tonight. Even though I'm not sick, I don't want to waste it. And you'll want to put your lid and band on. And you'll want to store this in your refrigerator. It will last up to at least 2 months. I would not store it on a shelf. I always store it in the refrigerator. And of course, I'm going to have to be really careful. Make sure this doesn't burn me. Oh, it smells so good. And no, folks, this is not going to go into the jar. So don't have any worries. Don't get all squeamish that I'm trying to share cooties or anything. Because, no, My family knows I don't have cooties and I'm not sick, so. And anyway, I wouldn't put this back. I wouldn't attempt to try to put this in the jar because guess what? There's no room in that jar. Well, I was trying to be graceful. Mmm. Oh, that tastes amazing. And it doesn't have that bitter chemical taste of name brand shelf cough syrup. This is smooth. It's natural tasting. It's wonderful. You can taste everything, the honey, the cinnamon, everything. Mmm. Oh, that's wonderful. Of course, I'll wipe my counter off. But there you have it. A pint jar of all natural, homemade, some of the best cough syrup, personally, to me. Like I said, dosage is a tablespoon, either twice a day or 3 times a day, as often as you need it, every 4 hours. Simple, easy, anyone can make this as long as you have the ingredients. Now, I hope this encourages you to make your own all-natural herbal cough syrup, because it does work very well. I speak from experience. Now, if you have any questions, please feel free to ask them in the comment section below. I will answer them as soon as possible. Everyone, take care. I look forward to seeing you in my next video, and may each and every one of you be blessed. See you soon.